Okay, so today's video is going to be a very basic introduction to the selective picking technique for guitar. So this is a technique popularised by bands like Animals as Leaders, but also used in things like polyphia, so your very progressive genres of music. So the very basic idea of this technique is that you can just play normally, so you fret with your fretting hand, so for me that's my left, and pick with your right, just like you'd usually do. But for some notes, you will, instead of picking with your right, you would just tap a note with your left hand. So this means you don't need to strum every note, so you're selectively strumming notes, which is where it gets its name from. So this allows, for one, for you to be able to play faster because you don't have to strum every note. So if you're moving between strings, it can give your right hand a break. And it also allows for very unique sounding riffs that are more continuous. So you could do straight 16th but going up and down a fretboard. Just before I get into the explanation of the technique, it's always good to remember that this is a skill that you're learning. So it's not something everyone's going to get instantly. It could take you a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, however long. But as long as you stick to it, you'll keep improving. Okay, so starting with the actual technique now. First, we're going to start really basic. So we'll play a power chord on the 5th fret on the E string. So that's a 5 on the E string and a 7 on the A string. And that will sound something like this. Okay, so now we're going to start shifting into selective picking. So first, we're just going to practice tapping with the left hand. So this is the basis of the technique. So we will fret like we usually would, but just press down a bit harder than usual, so it makes a sound. So that's the 5 on the E string. You also do 7 on the A string. And through an amp, that will sound something like this. Okay, so now we know what the left hand will be doing. We're going to move on to the right hand. So instead of fretting and picking at the same time like you usually would, what we want to do is we tap with the left hand and then immediately strum on that string with the right. So, and then same with the 7 on the A string. And we will alternate this. So through an amp, that will sound something like this. So what you'll notice about this is when using this technique, your right hand is under a lot less stress because it only has to strum half the notes, so it's only working half as hard than it usually would. Okay, this next exercise will be more if we want a triplet feel when we're playing. So this time we'll be tapping the same as before with the left hand and then strumming twice with the right. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we'll be doing the same on the A string. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And through an amp, that will sound something like this. Okay, just to finish this video off, I'm going to be showing you selective picking used in the context of a song. So we'll be playing the intro riff to Cascade by Animals as Leaders. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, make sure you subscribe. And if this video helped you or you just enjoyed it, make sure you like, and I'll see you next time.